Good morning and welcome everyone in today's forum. At the outset, I must express my gratitude to the organizers of the university for giving me this opportunity to share my thoughts with everyone today. And in this presence, first of all, I will pay my regards and gratitude to all the seniors, teachers and professors of the university, those who are present to attend my program today, and all the distinguished guests who are invited. And then finally, to my main audience, my very favorite young students, my young friends for whom I have assimilated some thoughts which I feel is quite relevant and useful. The world is changing very fast, my dear friends, and every disaster, every onslaught that we have experienced, there is a positive light to it. We know that. We love saying that there is a reason in everything. Now, in view of this current scenario, every responsible human being has a role, and that role is refining their attitudes, refining their thoughts, and looking at the world with a new perspective. That new doesn't mean that you completely discard the old, but refinement means that you eliminate the wrongs, eliminate the false, or eliminate the inappropriate or irrelevant, and only pick out those things which are the needs of the hour. And Mother Nature is giving us a message. As a sensitive speaker and trainer, in this opportunity of addressing the youth, I have come with a sense of responsibility to empower them with some evergreen principles which I have put in a very systematic manner as far as possible so that they remember it and they are inspired to use it in their life because they are bewildered, they are confused. I feel their pain in this difficult scenario. They're unable to see their vision. They're unable to see what future will they have, what kind of employments will they pursue, what will happen in their career. So I love saying, I always tell them, don't worry, everything happens for the better. Even this will pass away. Now, we have this present moment as our capital. And if we really want to benefit and profit, we got to use this capital in a very prudent manner. And that's exactly where my role comes to play. You remember that story? That beggar used to come every day in front of a marketplace and he would sit on that old box which was lying there for quite some time. It has been hardened with rain and dust. He would sit there from morning 10 to 5 and beg, keeping his cap inverted. All the coins they are generated, he will pick it up at 5 o'clock and go home to return at 10 o'clock next day. And today also he was doing that. Suddenly a young person who was passing by came and said, "Hey, what is it that you are sitting on?" Nobody has asked this question to him before. So he said, "I don't know." "You don't know? You are sitting in the box? Let's find out. Would you please stand?" So he asked him to stand, and with lot of difficulty, he opened that old hardened box, and there came gold coins. The box was filled with gold coins. And the man said, "You have been begging, sitting on the box. You don't know that you are sitting on gold mine." Each one of us are beggar. Please don't mind. A beggar does not mean begging for money, begging for wisdom. And there we need people like that teacher who comes and awaken us and tell us, you are sitting on a gold mine. So here are a few gold coins which I have assimilated for you. Give me all your attention and have your pen and paper, my young friends. Make a note of it. I really do not know whether the administrator will put it in the YouTube. They are welcome to do it. In that case, you can share the link with everyone so that they carry it. So with these words, let's jump in. The old thoughts are gone. I love Einstein, who was not only a scientist, he was a saint according to me. Everything about science changed after he came into the world. And he loved saying, we cannot solve our problem with the same thinking we used when we created them. So let's have this new thinking. Welcome, my friends, once again. So know thyself is the name of the topic. And you see, this is a symbol of sun. Why I say this? Because know thyself is an ancient wisdom prescribed or professed by none other than Socrates long time ago. And since then, it has been imprinted on the towers. It has been imprinted in the books of management, in science, in commerce, in politics, everywhere. Lot of poets, lot of authors have written books on knowing yourself is the ultimate thing in life. So that drop of sunlight, that drop of wisdom, as it says, a drop of wisdom has oceans of knowledge. So oceans of principle will open up today. And I have decoded this drop of sunlight into its 7 colors. The 7 evergreen principles to raise your self-awareness. They are evergreen principles, and I've very thoughtfully assimilated them, because if you focus only on these 7 principles, you shall be empowered. You will change your perspective, and you will be able to face the world with new strength, new conviction, new resolutions. So, welcome once again. And get ready to have the 7 colors right now. So here we go. These are the 7 colors, and you are in the center. I love saying, when we talk about principles, I always bring you in the center. That famous book of one of my very favorite philosopher and author, Dr. Stephen Covey, his title of the book is Principle-Centered Leadership. So you are in the center of these principles. So I put you there in the center first. And then I bring the 7 colors in the form of 7 principles. Interesting, isn't it? And look, I have used only alphabets so that you must make notes, because that's a good thing for learning. But even if you don't, you will remember the principles briefly. So here we go. The first one is accept. Accept yourself. That's the first principle. Second, I will talk more about it later. Have your patience. Second, build yourself. What is it that we'll build? We'll talk a little later. Challenge yourself. Deserve yourself. There's so much of demands. Forget about the demands. Now focus on what you deserve, and you will get what you deserve. Everyone gets what they deserve. The society gets what they deserve. The country gets what they deserve. Humanity has got what they deserve. So E is explore. F is footprint. Footprint of yourself. We are creating a lot of blueprints, but nobody cares. Your vision should be to leave a footprint on this world. And the last one is give. Very simple, capital G. Give. A transformation from small g. Get. I say, from small g to capital G, from caring to giving. These are the 7 principles you need to focus on. So without wasting much time, let's jump into it right now. Accept yourself. A. What do you accept? Those things which you don't reject. Because the opposite of accept, closest opposite of accept are 2 words. Both are with R. Reject and resist. Feel. Just a little advice to you, my young friends. Please do not use so much of your brain to listen to me today. Make an exception. Do you know your heart has ears? Your heart has eyes? Your heart has everything. So listen from your heart. So feel. Don't think. Feel. And it will just get into your DNA. So, what happens when you feel you resist? Feel it. You are not accepting, and so you are resisting. Focus on this word resist, and remember that powerful statement, very often used, but very much neglected. It says, whatever you resist will persist. So you do not want wrong things in your life. So change your perspective. Take the responsibility. Whatever is happening to me, I own the problem. I am responsible. And that will bring self-love to us. So that's accept yourself. But where is the problem? When we are not able to accept, when do we need to accept? These are the 4 situations. Serious health hazards. We are unable to accept that. And we get mad. Why me, man? Why me? And then financial disaster. We hate it. We want comfort. We want affluence. We want a lot of money, a lot of resources, a lot of wealth. Why not? But disaster do come. And that's the time when we must accept it. And third, relationship crisis makes us mad. We don't like it. We don't love it. We resist them from our life. So time to accept, my friend. Last one, all uncomfortable situations, just like pandemic, COVID-19 or Corona. This is an unfortunate condition. We got to accept it because this is a reality and begin our journey from there. How is the question? 7. It's the magic of 7. 7 principles. Each principle has 7 solutions. Let's quickly go. Begin with welcome. Mother Nature has given it. And she is very strong. Fighting with her, you will only lose the battle. Align with her. Be friend with her. Say, okay, Mother Nature, all right. You sent it to me. I accept it. Now, acceptance doesn't mean that, okay, come, attack me. Acceptance means I can see you. I can see you. The best war principle is to appreciate the strength of the enemy. I know you. I know that you virus, you are very strong and you have made my immunity weak. But I also know if my immunity is strong, then your virus will be weak. That is the welcome message Mother Nature will love. Second, you have only one capital, my friend, now. What is your capital? Not what should be. Forget about the should be. Focus on is. That's your capital. That's the only capital we have. So let's not waste time worrying about past and future. Now has the energy. Now is your God. Attitude. Yes. Inability to accept things create 3 C's in our life. Focus. Very beautiful 3 C's. We criticize, we condemn, and we complain. These are the 3 manifestations of non-acceptance, of resistance, and we make a mess in the world. We lose relationship, we lose our energy, we lose our opportunity. We can't afford it. So goodbye to 3 C's, criticize, condemn, and complain. And instead, I invite you, I challenge you to welcome 3 A's. Beautiful. Write it down. Accept, adjust, and appreciate. If you give 3 A's a chance, boy, see how you build your immunity and handle any refractory situation like this one. Gratitude is attitude, Mr. Dale Carnegie said. Gratitude is the thing. Whatever has come, I have attracted it. I am responsible. Through many lives, through many previous births, we have arrived here. And it wants to get out of my life, so it has come. This pain, this suffering will get out from my life. Crossing over it will see enlightenment. So I'm grateful to you, adversity, grateful to you. Then I have resource. I am not impoverished. I am not empty. With so much of trouble, I still have my creativity. So I adorn my adversity and use my creativity to resolve issues. Then it is an opportunity. It is not an obligation. Obligation is a small O. Opportunity is a capital O. So fortune is calling me, begin from here. If I can create a vaccine, I shall change the world. And I cannot say, Corona, you are too bad. Because you came, the vaccine came, and humanity was saved. And As a bonus, I got famous as well. So opportunity 7, I'm ready. I accept the situation, so I'm ready. It's a starting point. Let's go to B quickly, because time is very limited. Build yourself. What is it that you got to build? Your tummy? I know you hardly jog and you sleep late. I'm not talking about that. The first and the only thing you need to develop first is your attitude. Hear the story. Dronacharya in Mahabharata, the Guru, asked Duryodhan one day, Duryodhan, go over to Hastinapur and get all the bad people to me. We got to make them good. All right, Gurudev. He went out and came back in 10 days and said, there is no good people in Hastinapur. What rubbish, not a single good people? Let me try. Dharamraj Yudhishthir, he would be the right person. So he was called and he was sent not to get good people. He said, Dharamraj Yudhishthir, there must be a few bad people in Hastinapur. Get them over. Bring them to my ashram. We will train them. We will change them. 10 days later, your friend Dharamraj Yudhishthir came in and said, there is no bad people. It's the same place. One is good because he has good inside. What you have inside, you see it through your eyes. That is your outlook. That is your attitude. If you have bitter gourd in the mixie, you will get the bitter taste, won't you? But if you have orange inside the mixie as a pulp, you will get sweet taste. So that's your attitude. Now, how? Now, here is a little quote. You will love it, from my favorite, Robert Frost, that Irish great poet of wisdom. He said, the paths we choose and the gains and losses we sustain shape the scope and contours of our lives. And here are the how. 7 hows once again. I will quickly go. Forget about argument. That's the beginning of war. That's the beginning of terrorism. That's the beginning of loss of energy. You lose a friend, you lose a world. It's better to lose some money and save a friendship. So discuss. Discussion is light, argument is heat, and discussion is not about who is right. It is about what is right. So argument will only, if you win, make you lose a friend, and that's the most valuable thing to lose. And then doing, not knowing. Heard that story? That great professor went to the riverside to go to the other side, and there was a boatman, and he asked, would you take it? The boatman said, I'll charge 1 rupee. 1 rupee is too much. But the professor was getting late and boarded the boat and told the boatman, have you learnt anything in life? I'm a teacher, so let me teach you. Can you tell me why the sun rises? The old boatman said, I know the sun rises, but it never occurred to me why it rises. He said, foolish man, your 25 paise is gone. You don't know the simple thing. The boatman got angry. Said, don't ask me any more questions. Only one more question. And this is about your river. You know it. Nobody knows it better than you. Do you know the ebb? Do you know the tide? Why is the ebb? Why is the tide? The boatman knows the ebb and the tide and the jowar and the bhata, but he didn't know why. Another 25 paise gone. But then something happened. The northern sky fills with cloud, the wind blows very fast, and the boat dwindles, and so does the fat, knowledgeable professor, I'm sorry professors, and tilting on the right and the left, the boatman gets his tiny and says, sir, only one question, you know how to swim? No, says the professor. And the boatman says, all the 100 paise gone then. All the doing is more than knowing, so don't worry about so much of heady stuff. Get into doing. The world will change. My vision is the future universities will only have practical workshop, 90% practical, 10% theoretical, reverse of what's happening today. That's what Tagore wanted to do in Shantiniketan. Incidentally, I come from this humble place, very lovely place, the place of Tagore. Third, Always a learner, not a victim. Corona, what do I learn from you? Don't try to victimize me by fear. You have brought in a message. I want to hear that. Facts. Hey, so much of opinions. Opinions are not fact, as they say. You have rights to your opinion, but not facts. Facts are universal. How many of you wear specs? If you say it's a good specs, that's your opinion. But if you say, hey, it's a specs, that's a fact. So let's be factual, and that will help us. Opportunity and not obligation brought it again because it's more specific to attitude. A few repetition here and there, never mind. We always say problem, 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 problem. I love saying, you see the problem, I don't. If you have a problem, you are a problem. Change the word from today. Never use the word. Never use the word. Right now, change it. Eliminate it. Cut it out from dictionary. Always say, I have a project. And then you will not ask anyone to do it because it is your project and you got to do it, man. You got to do it. Possibility attitude. Probability, weak stuff. Probable, full of doubts. Possibility, full of hope. And there comes my favorite C. Challenge yourself. Challenge yourself and break your own records. Very interesting as we go inside. But first, read this beautiful quote from my favorite author, Terry Fallis. In his famous book, High Road, I picked it up from here. A life without challenge, a life without hardship, a life without purpose seems pale and pointless. With challenge comes perseverance. With hardship comes resilience and resolve. With purpose comes strength and understanding. And here are the how, the 7 magics, how you will break your own records. Forget about competition. No competition with others. Only one competition with yourself, and that will help you to excel. We all want to excel. We do not want to beat anyone. We do not want to create terrorists in our schools and colleges. It begins right there. War fighting begins there through competition. Always set examples. Do what you talk, walk your talk. And then, no doubt, make decisions. Let it be a wrong decision. You will learn something. Do you know something? Indecision is always a decision. And making a wrong decision is better than not making any decision. Another thing, don't take a decision. Make a decision. Taking means others give you and take it. But making, you make it. So when you take the right turn, driving your car, you say, I will make a right turn. Don't say I will take a right turn. So making is a very powerful word. Initiative, not procrastination. Do it right here and now. I'll go a little fast because I have to manage time. So you guys are intelligent, so you will get it. Enthusiasm is the name of the game. The most contagious disease in the world. How many of you are liking my presentation? Raise your hands. Let me see some hands raised. Okay. If you are listening to me, do you think I'm a very wise man? I'm sorry, I'm not. I'm one like you. I'm one like you. But enthusiastic is the word, the name of the game. Enthusiasm. It comes from the Greek word enthus, in God. En means in, thus means God. When you are enthusiastic, God happens. And God is very powerful, so miracle happens in your life. Solve problems and hunt resources. They're hidden. Often they can't see them. But if you are a problem solver, you will find them. That's an attitude. Never talk about problems. Solve the problems. Be a solution man. Be charismatic. Very important, and you love it, young people. Know how to talk. Know how to present yourself. And pull crowd, because you cannot change the world alone. You need people. People will be around you if they love you, if they like you. Here comes D. I told you, don't demand. Get into the realm of deserve. Feel worthy. And here is something from a master. Have you read his book, The Meaning of Life? Famous man Viktor Frankl, a psychotherapist who survived the treacherous Holocaust as one of the few survivals. and wrote this beautiful book which changed thousands and millions of lives. And he says, it is the rare person who is a hero in the sense that he or she is willing to go up against a regime of terror. So you deserve it. How is the question, and here is your how. 7 magics once again. Self-respect, not ego. There is a fine line. You often get angry. You insulted me. Hey, mind you, nobody can insult you unless you allow them to. So have your self-respect intact. Nobody can damage it. Principle-centered. Yeah. They say, Stephen Covey says, your formal authority should be rooted in moral authority. Not for you right now, maybe for teachers and other things. We have our authority, but we got to check, is it rooted in our moral authority? The moment our formal authority gets uprooted from moral authority, we create pandemic in our life. Be level-headed. Humility is the name of the game. When the tree is filled with fruits, it bows down all the time. And patience. Trust yourself and team. Don't jump around here and there. Give a legitimate time. Don't wait indefinitely, but everything requires some patience. So you trust yourself and as well as your team who you are working with. Proactivity, one of the greatest quality missing in people, in executives today. Management students, more for you. All the time be alert and responsive. Jump. The moment you see the possibility and a requirement, don't wait for anyone else to do it. Jump on and do it. Be proactive, my friend. Be proactive. Concentration is the name of the game. Declutter your mind. Lot of preoccupation. Be here and now and declutter your mind. If you want help, get back to me. I have a lot of data to serve you later. Kaizen, the beautiful Japanese word. Hey, not big goals. Small, small goals every day. Small, small improvements. Hey, a journey of 1,000 steps begins with one step. So do one step at a time and you will create those beautiful robots which those guys have created. Explore yourself. Very, very powerful. Break your comfort zone, my friend. Break your comfort zone. Ignite the spirit of adventure. Look what Einstein says. Insanity is doing the same thing again and again and expecting different results. So here are the 7 magic house for you. Focus on them quickly, one by one. Expand. Vivekananda said expansion is life, contraction is death. Love is expansion, selfishness is contraction. Love, therefore, is the only law of life. So ignite the fire of love, break your comfort zone, have some adventures and do uncommon things. Forge ahead, take legitimate risk. Very simple. Legitimate is the word underlined. Experiment, change methods and habits. Try to do new things. Don't remain the old monger. Outing, yeah, sometime go out, experience nature. You will break monotony every holiday. Sunday is a break day for gaining energy, for adventure, excitement. Somebody asked me in one of the seminars, boy, life was changed in that. What is that one thing that you need in life? He took 2 hours for a brainstorming and finally said, we all need excitement. That's the only thing that we need. Constant excitement. Feel if you have it. Do you need anything else? The rest of the thing you will do. So nurture joyful activities, feel excitement and have a playful nature. Whatever you do in a playful way. Enjoy it as I do it. I'm giving you the seminar. I'm playing, I'm smiling, I'm jumping, I'm dancing like youngsters like you, and that's the way it becomes very interesting. Friend. Every new friend is a new opportunity, a new world for you. So expand your network, expand your friend, and that's the way to explore. F, very beautiful, my favorite. Leave your footprint in the world. Leave your footprint. Paramahansa Yogananda, one of the greatest saints, and said, leave that thing in the world which is not there. Create an epoch. You youngsters, change the world. Have a great vision. It's not something what you're going to get in this life. What footprint you are leaving for others to follow. And you got to deliver a legacy, my friend. Deliver a legacy. This is from Father Spurgeon. I love it. He said, carve your name on hearts and not on marble. And this is your footprint. And footprint yourself. Deliver a legacy. 7 ways. Purpose. Have a purpose in life. Life without purpose is like a ship without a rudder. So have a direction. You must find out why you were born. You are not born of an accident. You are born for a purpose. What is it? Find out. Vision. Through that purpose, you got to see what is that institution you are going to create. What is the legacy that you want to create? See it as a picture. That's your vision. Communicate. You must be a good communicator, a storyteller. When you give a talk, people should listen to you as if they're listening to your story. And congregate people, gather mass. And Bhagavad Gita said, Loka Sangraha Yada Yada Charati Srishtha Tattadeva Tarojana Sajat Pramanam Kurute Lokastad Anuvartate. So be an example. Draw people around you. Remember, a big dream cannot be achieved alone. You need people around you. So congregate them through your quality. Delegate. Don't try to do everything alone, my friends. Most of them have got this problem. They lack confidence. People have talent. If you trust them, they would do it. Inspire them, empower them, and get engaged into team play. Beautiful. Commitment, my friend. Commitment is the name of the game. Heard the story of the pig and the hen? They made a business and they made profit. And when they called the chartered accountant who made the profit and loss, the big pig said 90% for me and 10% for the hen. The hen, he shouted, hey, you are depriving me. 90, 10, why 10? I get 50. Said, shut up. Nobody gets 50 for laying eggs. That's natural. You didn't do anything. You've just been laying eggs, so you get 10%. Think about the hams and the salamis and the pork. I give everything. You were involved. I'm committed. Do you know commitment? You require a missionary zeal, my friend. Preserve. You cannot quit. Never quit. Persevere all the time. Perseverance is the name of the game. And then finally, we reach the last G. Give yourself. What does it mean? I will tell you. Listen to this beautiful story of Paul. Paul the Christian. It was 24th December, the Christmas Eve morning, sipping a cup of tea in his new house on the first floor. Calling bell rings. He goes up, opens the door. A guy with a white tunic standing in front of him. He knows him. He is the chauffeur of his elder brother. And the chauffeur gives him the Christmas card and a bunch of flowers as a bouquet and says, Merry Christmas, sir, from your brother. Paul knows his brother. He has sent flowers again. Thank you, thank you. Tell my elder brother I will go home. I'll go to him this evening. We'll go to the church at night. He was getting late. So he said, okay, goodbye. But the chauffeur said, hey, sir, don't go away. You got a gift. Here is a Christmas gift. And he brings out a keychain and hands it over to him. Surprised, Paul said, what is this? He said, come out, sir. And he points downstairs on the road. Standing was a new car. Absolutely showroom-driven car. A big one. Shining. Paul's heart started pumping. That's the only thing missing in my life. Great brother, my great elder brother. Thank you, thank you. He can't believe himself. So he quickly takes bath, drives the car and goes to office. Christmas Eve. Office is open 9 to 5. But his mind is not there on work. 5 o'clock he comes down. The afternoon setting sun trickling on his car in the parking place. But who is this old scavenger boy standing and looking at the car with a torn piece of clothes, very dark? But he's smart. His eyes are shining. He didn't see Paul. As he sees Paul, he gets slightly conscious and says, "Sir, it's your car. I was looking at it because this is beautiful. Thank you, sir. You bought it today? It's a new car, absolutely shining. You must have got it today. You must have bought it today." Paul got embarrassed. Why, this boy is asking this question. He didn't buy the car. But he said, "Today's Christmas Eve. I would be kind to this young one." He said, "No, dear, I didn't buy it. You were right. I got it today. It's a new one. My elder brother gifted it. A Merry Christmas." The boy gets absent-minded. "Your elder brother? You didn't have to pay him money. You don't have to pay a chip. You got it free from your elder brother." He gets absent-minded. Paul gets more embarrassed. And he says, "Let me do some good today on this Christmas Eve. Sonny, would you like to have a ride in my car?" So he opens the other side. The boy can't believe him. "Sir, me, sir? My clothes are very dirty." He said, "Never mind. Come, come." And he opens the door. By the side of the driver, the boy stands, didn't sit down, holding the window. He looks around. Paul drives and takes a round and brings the car back. In the parking station, the boy says, "Sir, you are very nice. Can I request you a favor?" Paul's heart pumps and says, "That's why you should not do anything for these guys. You will now ask money from me." But no, the boy didn't ask money. He pointed his finger to that slum, which was nearby. He said, "I stay there, sir. That's on your way back home, sir. Would you mind dropping me there?" Paul said, maybe he wants to boast to his friends that he has got a car lift today. I shouldn't deprive him. So he drives the car. The moment he reaches in front of the slum, the boy comes out and comes round near the window of the driver and says, "Sir, I have a small request. I need just 2 minutes. By your watch, sir. Don't go away. 120 seconds. I shall be back soon. I got a big thing to do. If you go away, my job will be undone. Sir, please hear my appeal. Wait for 120 seconds. Reluctantly, Paul was waiting. In about 90 seconds, the boy comes running from his slum, carrying a small crippled boy in his lap, brings it close to the car and says these words loudly, "My younger brother, you are crippled. You won't be able to work. But today I learned from Jesus Christ. I am the elder brother. I shall work hard. There'll be a day in our life when I'll buy a car for you and gift you one on a Christmas day. Look, don't lose hope. I have another younger brother to introduce you. This younger brother is like you. He didn't have to pay anything. His elder brother gifted the car. I want to be an elder brother. There'll be a day in our life when I will gift you a car." So, these are the how. Contribute, not consume. Create happiness. Inspire and ignite hopes. Empathize. Partner, take them along with you. Understand them. Don't try to be understood. And the last, share, not spare a few chips here and there, because you got to give yourself. My last message to you all is be the elder brother. Back to the sunlight drop once again. That's a drop of wisdom which includes everything that I discussed with you today. Quickly run down. Accept yourself, build yourself, challenge yourself, deserve yourself, explore yourself, footprint of yourself, give yourself, easy to remember, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. So, my dear ladies and gentlemen, know thyself is my message. Thank you and goodbye.